I do want to ask you, what does it feel like to be nominated as Packers Fan of the Year, Tom? I know you did a stream. You probably talked about this quite a bit. What did you do this year to earn this nomination?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought, baby.
Yeah, no,
What did it
I don't
feel
know.
like? How does it feel?
So it's yeah, I talked about this on the stream because, like, first of all, I can finally talk about it. So Perna was one of the few people that I told. I did. I did. Also, Jess texted me yesterday. It was so nice. It was so nice. She's very
I didn't
nice.
even tell her. I kept it secret. You said I could tell Jess, but I
I did
said
say
I
you could
tell
tell
no
Jess.
one.
I said you could tell Jess. Yeah, I like barely told anybody because the Packers were like, don't tell anyone. Meanwhile, like, I think the Dolphins fan of the year was like, I'm a fan of the year, just like random like selfie pic. The Tony the Tiger from the Bengals, like, here you go. And I was like, I think I could say something. But when it happened, like, I got super emotional because it was just like, damn, like it's really, really cool. I have a lot of conflicting ideas about like Super Bowl stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But the yesterday it kind of hit, and kind of that outpouring of support that occurred was
Right.
crazy. And I was mentioning last night that this was kind of something that probably hit harder than a lot of anything else that has come before it, because like 30 and 30, like, I'm still of the mindset of like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're helping kids. Like, that's
Yeah.
just be a good person. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, right? And so I was like, yeah, like that's it. And he was saying that, like, anytime we raise money for charity, any fundraiser, like, yep, that's just, you don't need praise for that. Like, that's just being a good citizen, like, good person. Just do that stuff. But this was, I didn't do it myself. Like, I didn't nominate myself. I didn't go fill out an application. Like, it
Right.
really felt like it was a gift, like, from the fan base.
Yeah.
And like, that's what made it really cool. And talking to the Packers, Haley was like, there are so many people that just shared your story and just nominated you over and over again. And the first time I even heard of Fan of the Year was through the chat. It was a few months ago, like after 30 and 30, they're like, oh, Fan of the Year. And I was like, I don't even know the process. I mean, I looked it up and I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. But like, I'm not going to tell people, like, go vote for me for Fan of the Year, because then that's weird.
Right.
So yeah, it was really cool. Like, I actually got to sit with it and enjoy it yesterday. And yeah, like, I think it gets lost a bit because obviously now this is something that I've made a career out of like loving the Packers.
Yeah.
But like, people, even with all of this stuff, like, I love the Packers. Like, from that minute when I was 6, obsessed. And like, every game, every piece of merch, like, I've never thrown out any Packers memorabilia, like, ever. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, these hats, like, that's from when I think I was 6. That one was from when I was 7. Like, I just keep
Nice.
them over all these years because I couldn't get my hands on them. Because I was in New York, and like, it was before the internet was really the internet. And so, you know, you couldn't buy that stuff. And now, like, just to have that, like, 27 years later, it's
pretty
cool
badass.
Yeah,
It's very badass.
It's
It's cool to see what you did obviously get recognized while you're doing it, and then it continue to be something that is associated with what you've done outside of just being like the Packers guy who talks about the Packers.
Sure.
It's like he's this guy and he's also doing all this cool shit outside of making YouTube videos, and he's using his videos to, benefit and help other people. So very cool. When you told me that, what is the first thing I said to you, Tom, when you told me?
So it's a true story. So I literally call earmuffs, folks, because I gotta do it verbatim. So I called Perna and I was like, hey. So I tell him about Fan of the Year, and he just goes, oh, so you're just gonna fucking win it. Like, I was like, well, I don't know, man. Like, there's gonna be a lot of like great people, like, fans. I don't know. He's like, no, you're gonna win it. Like, you're gonna win the whole thing. And I was like, that is really kind of you to say. I don't know, man, but maybe. You're like, yeah, you're gonna win. I don't know if I'm being biased, but you're gonna win. So that also clicked like about 45 minutes into the stream yesterday, and I was like, okay, like, this is amazing. Let's go win this thing now.
Yeah,
what
we need the chat to do is identify which other Fan of the Years have a legit chance to beat Tom. In terms of like what, like, has anybody done anything comparable to visiting every NFL stadium and raising over $500,000 for
See, but
charity.
that's the thing. Like, I don't know if that should be like counted because, like,
Oh,
so
I
for
think
example,
so.
so like for
I
example,
think
like because
so.
I know two of them, right? So Tony the Tiger, like he does a ton of tailgating stuff, does charity stuff. He's
No, I
known
know.
throughout the
That's what I mean,
entire.
and it's not like
Yeah,
disparaging to anybody else. I just want
yeah,
to know like which fans out there have done like some really cool stuff for
sure.
the team within the name of the
Yeah,
team
Dell
that are
26 shirts.
comparable to you, because like I just think like what you did is so like insane and like cool. I just want to know, because I
Yeah.
think like in my eyes it's like not a chance anybody's going to compete with that. Like no, 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 no. But maybe there is somebody, you know what I mean?
Well, there's that, and that's the thing too. Like fan voting is a component of it, and then it's also like a third. It's like Captain Morgan, who's like sponsoring it. Like they have like a panel, and it's like based off somebody on the fan voting. It's like 10%. Then it's like fandom, like community work, like original spice, and no one looks at me and says that guy's spicy.
No, they're like,
So
ooh.
yeah, but yeah, like it'll be again. It was like an Oscar thing. I'm just so happy to be nominated. Like that is how I
Yeah, it's
feel.
very cool.
But oh no, we're gonna try to win this thing.
Very
1,000,000%. We're gonna try to win this thing. But yeah, no, it's cool. I appreciate you, buddy. It was a cool moment because it's just, feeling someone like in New York, Lambeau's over 1,000 miles away. And while of course I've gotten closer and able to go now because I can afford to go and like, go to training camp and all that stuff and, watch every single game. It was a cool full circle moment.
Hell
That's
yeah.
just my team, baby.